Hello and welcome back to my channel. The Pokemon Go content is back, however time between uploads will be around 1 to 2 weeks. Today, I have a pretty cool team consisting of Stunfisk lead, Charm Alolan Ninetales cover, and Dragon Breath Charizard safe swap. Stunfisk takes care of Alolan Marowak and Rock types, and is also a good generalist with lots of neutral matchups. And Alolan Ninetales' main job is a secondary check to Altaria and Frostlass. But Charizard is the real star on the team, having play against everything that doesn't have Rock Throw. Even against Volt Switch Alolan Graveler, if they try to farm you down, you can get to a Blast Burn, which usually warrants a shield. Charizard can also pry apart a lot of teams, as unless a team has a Rock type, chances are they have no check to Dragon Breath Charizard. Talonflame, Diggersby, Altaria, Vigoroth, Obstagoon, Charmers, Frostlass, even Mudshot Stunfisk lose to Charizard. But if you don't have Charizard, there are other options. Vigoroth and Frostlass fulfill a similar role, just dealing with Talonflames becomes ever so slightly tougher. If you want to see more in-depth strategies to this team, as well as how to play the leads with both Frostlass and Vigoroth on the lead, all of that and more is on my Discord server. Joining is very much recommended. You'll be able to converse with lots of very skilled battlers, find effective teams, and up your overall PvP game. Alright, now to see some battles. So, in the first match, it's Stunfisk versus Frostlass. Bad matchup, going to swap into Charizard right away, and my opponent responds with an Obstagoon, which means there probably isn't a secondary check to Charizard, so it could be the common line of Frostlass, Obstagoon, and Vigoroth, or it could be an Altaria in the back. Both are pretty good for my Alolan Ninetales. So I'm going to throw Dragon Claw, hoping to bait the shield. I do bait the shield, and now I can safely shield this Night Slash, knowing that I'll live the next few fast moves of the Obstagoon, and get to a Blast Burn. This Blast Burn will either take out the Obstagoon or get the second shield, either of which I'm fine. And it does take out the Obstagoon, and my opponent farms down with Frostlass to get a small energy advantage. Now I'm able to align my Alolan Ninetales with the Frostlass. The Frostlass does throw a charge move. I'm going to shield. It could be the potential Shadow Ball, which it is. I correctly shield the Shadow Ball. And now I'm going to go for the Weather Ball. And this will apply shield pressure to the Frostlass if they want to get to a second Shadow Ball. So they do shield, and it was actually a CMP tie, probably a desync CMP tie. And they do throw the Shadow Ball, and that does a lot of damage, but I'm able to hang out and have charm damage add up on one charm damage add onto the Vigoroth. But this is actually quite big, because now 2 discharges will come really close to taking out the Vigoroth, and I can easily survive a super effective Bulldoze, so I should be in the clear for this match. I am in Body Slam range, but I don't think the Vigoroth will be able to get to a second charge move, which it does not, and now I can just go for this discharge and take the Frostlass out. Good game, well played. In the second match, my opponent leads Ferrothorn. Probably the hardest lead to face with this team, because both Alolan Ninetales and Stunfisk do not have a good answer for it. My opponent responds with Lapras, which is playable, because Charizard does beat Lapras in the 2 shields, and even though they didn't shield my Dragon Claw, and I was hoping they would shield, it doesn't really matter too much, because I can just go for another Dragon Claw and safely win the 2 shield matchup. So I will be able to flip switch advantage, but I will be I will be in a shield deficit. So I'll be able to fully farm down, coming out with the Blast Burn. And out comes a Galvantula, so I'm going to immediately swap into my Stunfisk, baiting out the Ferrothorn, so my Alolan Ninetales doesn't have to see it, and Stunfisk can deal neutral damage to Ferrothorn, and live a Power Whip. So it's not super bad, and I'm able to get some chip damage. Already 2 Mud Bombs, and I should be able to live this Power Whip, barely. And I do, and my opponent makes a mistake here and does not realize how fast Stunfisk gets to its Mud Bombs, and I'm able to get to another one, although I don't think it would have mattered too much, because I had a lot of energy on my Charizard. So I'm not sure if Dragon Claw will be able to KO, so I'm going to go for the safe move of going for a Blast Burn, even though it's quite overkill. And now I can swap into my Alolan Ninetales, and this Galvantula might be able to take out my Alolan Ninetales, but will not have enough energy to take out my Charizard too. So the Galvantula barely hangs on and gets to another move to take out my Alolan Ninetales, but the Charizard takes out. Good game, well played. Into the third match, and it's Stunfisk versus Altaria. Not a good matchup at all, and so I swap into Charizard. My opponent doesn't seem to know what to do, and after staying a little bit, giving me a lot of energy, they swap into a Vigoroth. Again, not the greatest answer. So they actually don't shield the first Dragon Claw, which is kind of a bummer, because now that means I might have to go into a shield deficit if I want to regain switch advantage. Otherwise, I would have been able to safely go for a Blast Burn. And they do shield. I have to shield again, but I will come out with a Blast Burn worth of energy. So that might be able to put some, not really Blast Burns worth of energy, but almost there. That in the back is an Alolan Marowak. So I'm going to go for a Dragon Claw here because the Fire Spin damage is resisted, and I might be able to get to a Blast Burn. They don't shield the Dragon Claw, and I'm able to get to a Blast Burn. This will probably get the last shield, but my opponent underestimates the amount of energy that my Charizard has, and the Blast Burn takes out the Alolan Marowak, and by this point, they have given up, unfortunately. So I'm able to completely Dragon Breath down this Altaria. Good game. Fourth match, Stunfisk versus Frostlass again. And again, I'm going to swap into my Charizard, and this time they have an Alolan Graveler. So I can get to a Blast Burn usually if they don't throw a Charge Move, but they do throw a Charge Move and it's very close. I'm not able to get the Blast Burn, but it is fine because I have a Stunfisk, which is a complete wall, to Alolan Graveler, so I can really load up on energy and completely farm it down, having energy to threaten the Frostlass. So the Charge Moves aren't really hurting too much. Just 2 Rock Blasts, and I'm able to fully farm down. I have 2 Discharges loaded, so I'm just going to empty out all of my energy and throw 2 Discharges. Unfortunately, my opponent gets 2 Powder Snows while I'm tapping on those Discharges, but it's fine because now I'm in a really good position. A 2-shielded Alolan Ninetales versus a 1-shielded Vigoroth and half-health Frostlass. So Alolan Ninetales, because of its shield advantage and with the help of Stunfisk, should be able to clean up this endgame and take out both Pokemon. I am shielding both of Vigoroth's charge moves as they do hurt, and I'm able to fully farm down the Vigoroth and come out with a move stored for the Frostlass. Even though it's resisted damage, it does, it's nice strip damage, and I tried to catch an Avalanche, but it wouldn't really matter. Anyway, my Alolan Ninetales goes down, and the Stunfisk is able to fast move down. Good game, well played. In the 5th match, it's Stunfisk versus Roserade. Again, not very good because both Stunfisk and Alolan Ninetales don't have the greatest matchup against it, and my opponent has a Pelipper. So another not great thing to see. But I am able to win against Pelipper in the 2 shields just because there's so much fast move damage being outputted with Dragon Breath, and this Dragon Claw will most likely take a shield from the Pelipper, as they probably want me to have 2 shields down. And I do go 2 shields down and regain back switch advantage with a little bit of energy advantage. In the back is a Frostlass. I build up to Blast Burn and throw the Dragon Claw because I know I need energy to get to a Dragon Claw against the Roserade. And then after that, I swap into my Alolan Ninetales, getting ahead on energy. They do throw a charge move. Most likely just going to be the Avalanche for nice strip damage to put my Alolan Ninetales into Weather Ball range from the Roserade, and I'm just barely not able to get to the Weather Ball, and I'm hoping this Weather Ball from the Roserade won't get knock me out, but it does knock me out. Thankfully, I stored a little bit of energy by baiting the shield on the Frostlass on my Charizard, so I am able to get to a Dragon Claw, and because Roserade is so glassy and its neutral damage, the Dragon Claw should KO. However, now the Frostlass is getting a lot of energy advantage, and they might be able to get to 2 Avalanches. I can safely live 1 Avalanche, but I'll need to get to another Mud Bomb. I thankfully get a move through, so I can get to Mud Bomb in 4, but they go down to fast moves before then. Good game, well played. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this video, you can consider pressing the like button so this video can reach out to more people. If you want to, you can also subscribe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.